Yo, what's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute, man. You know what it is, man. It's the God Original. That shit is hot, son live. Um, the original Law show. This is my little dolo joint where I get up here and, just talk about whatever I want to talk about. Um, I do have something that was definitely um on my mind the whole week. It was just I know I'm a little late, but it was bothering me. It was that Fat Joe interview. It was. I mean, I think people are just misunderstanding the impact. It had on the black community, hip hop community per se, and it's like it's not so much that he said, nigga, because we don't embrace Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? We already embraced Fat Joe long time ago. I'll be the first to tell you Fat Joe got a number of New York classics. He got classics in New York, joints that really rock New York. And we didn't really separate him from us as being, black. He was, we embraced him wholeheartedly. And to hear him rant like that because black people were saying that we created hip hop was was so disappointing. Like, if you're down with us and you using the word nigga and you're so down with us, how do you have a problem with us saying that we created hip hop when that's an actual fact? Hip hop was created by black people, and absolutely nobody is saying Puerto Ricans wasn't there. You know, nobody was saying Puerto Ricans wasn't there. We just saying that it was not a 50-50 thing, because it definitely wasn't a 50-50 thing. Black people created it, and Puerto Ricans jumped on board, and they got down, and they definitely contributed to moving the culture forward. Nobody's taking away from that. Nobody's taking that away from them. But to feel a way about us saying that we created it is wild. And then the rhetoric that was attached to it. Now, it was so crazy because he was talking in a calm, um, collective demeanor. When he was presenting to Math, he kind of was easing it in, pause. And when he realized that it was Math was on board, he just went full steam N word. Broke nigga this, then broke niggas, broke nigga. Like, I was like, hold up. Yo, Joe, ease, man. Take your foot off the gas. You wildin' with that nigga this, broke nigga. And that was like, that's like me, me, it's the difference between me saying them Puerto Ricans over there and me saying them broke Puerto Ricans. One has a derogatory racial undertone, and one is just descriptive. And that was what that when he was saying broke niggas, it came off like he was calling black people niggas, like hooking the R type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, coming from somebody who wasn't black to somebody who is black. And don't get me wrong, I get it. He grew up in the black community, and we ran together, and we did a lot of things together. But it's just like when we were kids, you got it. I grew up in Far Rockaway, and we got blacks and Puerto Ricans, and we we were forced to live together by way of poverty. It wasn't like it was we chose to live together. It's just that we, our financial status put us in the same group. So, although as kids we interacted with each other and we loved each other, I still know, and everybody who's around my physical degree knows and understands that their parents, the Puerto Ricans' parents, not all of them, but a lot of them, weren't too fond of the Morenos. You know what I'm saying? They just, if you dated one of their daughters, oh yeah, especially the father, he had a problem. The mother, they had a problem. They did not want their children dating black people. And I say all of that to say, when they instill that into their children don't understand it at the time, because all we want to do is have fun. We want to go outside and play football and baseball. So who gives a fuck if you Puerto Rican? But when they get older and that mentality is instilled in their head, then it comes out. That that that's when that demon starts to show his head. It just materializes when they get older and they get frustrated. Then we become niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. That's what all of a sudden now we niggas. It ain't even like my nigga as an endearment. It's almost like nigga, that broke nigga. And I was like, you know, it's the same thing. It's just like any other race or any other race. White people, we could get along with white people, but you let them talk long enough, not all of them, but if you let some of them talk long enough, that demon will rear its head. That shit will show up. You let them get drunk, you get them drunk or get them mad. You start seeing. You're like, hey, wait a minute, what did he say? And and it's crazy because Matt took the video down, and he's getting some flack for that too, because he was just, him and his whole crew was just keying the whole time. It was crazy. But I kind of understand, because sometimes, you know, we didn't really have a problem with Fat Joe saying nigga. I ain't even gonna hold you. We didn't have a problem with that. But the context and the demeanor he said it was definitely offensive. But at the time, it may have caught Math off guard, because I mean, there has been times where I've talked to people and they've said some slick shit, and it didn't register until I walked away, and I was like, yo, that motherfucker says some slick shit. And I think that could have been a situation with Mav. It could have just went over his head as, but it was definitely a moment where he could have been like, yo, chill, Joe, you wildin', like, you calm down. You talking real greasy about, what is it, the foundational black Americans. And as far as, and this is another thing, as far as um separating the blacks from the Caribbean, the black Caribbean, I'm not with all of that. I know Lord Jamal and Lord Jamal and Tariq Nasheed. I fuck with them. I agree with a lot of things Lord Jamal says, and I've been fucking with Tariq Nasheed since he been chopping up game with that pimp shit years, months, and days ago. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really, I'm not into differentiating black people from Africans and black people from Jamaicans. We all black, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it should be. But that allows everybody else to form an alliance. Now it looks like it's the black people against the Puerto Ricans and all the Caribbeans. Nah, black people created hip hop. That's the bottom line. Yeah, Cool Herc got Jamaican influence. So what? Black people still created hip hop. And if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, reggae is Jamaican. Um, Salsa is Latin, and hip hop is American. It's not like it's a Caribbean music that was brought over here. Nah, it shit was created here. With it was a reflection of the urban culture in America. That's what hip hop is a reflection of. And the American music, that's just what it is. It's not, it's not that I'm saying that Caribbeans didn't have an influence. Yeah, Kool Herc was, but it was done here. But I still don't. I'm still not one to draw that line. I'm not even drawing that line between Jamaicans and black people. Nah, fuck that. We all black, and we created hip hop. Whether um whatever parts of the map you from, you black, you down with us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think whether Fat Joe had any intentions on coming at black people sideways, it was still received, you know, it was still received as offensive. And the way I like to look at things is that perception supersedes intention, meaning I could mean something good, but if it's perceived as something insulting, then I got to reevaluate it. I mean, I can call somebody shorty as a term of endearment, and I can mean well, but if they receive it as an insult, then I got to check myself. I have to apologize and then correct myself. It's not like I can just say, yo, that's how it is, adjust to it. No, I got to correct it because perception supersedes intention when you're dealing with other people. So, so do I think Fat Joe owes um the black community apology? Absolutely. I think if he's a man and he can he can identify with us and our struggle and know how that word can be triggering to us, because yes, we say it, but there's a certain way it's gonna it you say it a certain way or it comes from a certain person. We're gonna pick up on it that wasn't endearing. That was not endearing, and that thing he said, that wasn't endearing. We didn't feel warm. We didn't feel a warm and fuzzy feeling when he, like, if he said, yo, my nigga, we didn't feel warm and fuzzy when he said that. You know what I'm saying? That was like, this nigga is calling us like he's white and we're slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that shit came across. But anyway, man, yeah, like I said, man, if he's a real man and shit like that, he will extend himself and acknowledge um acknowledge that what how he said it and how he presented his thoughts could have been perceived as inappropriate, and whether he meant it that way or not, he still should take accountability and address it and offer his apologies, because a lot of us, we didn't just feel that for no reason. We felt it because he said it in a way that was offensive. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about the word, it was about the context and what he was saying. If I say those Puerto Ricans, that's cool. If I say broke ass Puerto Ricans, that's that's not cool. Anyway, you know what it is, man. That's just my take on it, man. Um, God original. That shit is hot and live. The original law show. I also got the freestyle show. I gotta get it, I'm gonna get it all popping. I just be working a lot and doing a lot of stuff. So sometimes I'm just like not with it, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the building. You already know what it is. Peace.